Okay, folks. Okay, folks. Testing. 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, good. We're going to get started in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to get started. Welcome to the 10-Minute Trades Trading Room, and I want to welcome the folks that are on YouTube watching us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-Minute Trades. And please remember that all trades are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures. And we are here for the FOMC statement. This is definitely a tricky report to trade, and we'll go over, I'll explain why. When you try to, you want to try and catch, well, let's look at the DMM, because the DMM is our daily trade report. And if you go down to FOMC, I mean, it looks like it's been constant winners, but what my boss is actually saying, hey, I got to ask somebody a question. I've never had this happen before. You know what? Never mind. I realized I've got to tell my son something. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm such an idiot. I proof a lot of his legal documents, and I couldn't edit. He sends me PDFs. I've never had a PDF that I couldn't edit, and I never bothered to look. And I had accidentally selected the hand tool instead of the selection tool. Anyway, I'm such a dope. So a couple of interesting things that happened. It looks like this is a perfect trade, yet my boss who generates the report says, and I think I agree with him, because we've been watching the FOMC through the whole world crisis that we've been going through, and it's been incredibly difficult to trade. There's been emergency meetings. There's been times when there haven't been meetings because of the emergencies. FOMC's it's been tricky. So with the latest trends, a reversal trade on the NQ or the ES is recommended. They will both shoot long or short, then reverse strongly after 5 to 40 seconds. And I agree with that. But it's very difficult. I'm always honest in this room. And it's very difficult to catch reversals. Especially on a trade like this where it's very random. Because really we're trading a statement, a bunch of statements. So, I just want to give you a heads up. I might catch it. I might not. I remember unequivocally that last month I missed the reversal. I didn't catch a trade. I didn't trade. So I wanted to do a couple of different things. I wanted to test our new software. and make sure it's working with time. And I wanted to make a video of the move in January, the last FOMC meeting, because I didn't have the video. So our new software is working fine with time. So it's, if you want to do replays with NinjaTrader 8, you cannot imagine what a time saver that is and what a bonus it is not to have to use the old version. So I'm happy to say our programmer fixed the problem and it's now solved. So feel free to download it off the website. I put it up about an hour ago. So the other thing I did is, now it's unfair. Let's be really honest here. It's not fair of me because in the back of my mind, I kind of had a memory of how this trade looked. And I kind of remembered that it went up. So it's kind of not fair for me to take a simulated reversal trade because the odds are in my favor that because I kind of remembered how the trade went, that it would make the reversal so much easier. However, it gives you an idea of what I'm looking to do in this trade. One of the reasons why in real life, when I took this trade or tried to, and I didn't have good levels to grab reversals off of. Yes, the NQ moved up. And so in my simulation, when I was testing, I took a reversal, just when it seemed like it stopped moving, which is a reasonable approach, but I didn't have good levels. I would rather have good pivots to take reversals off of. But that's the concept. That's the idea of what a reversal will look like. Usually you'll want a faster move up. That's kind of a slow move, okay? It's not a move that makes you real comfortable to take a reversal. Now, remember, we're not looking at this clock. You're looking at the clock on the replay on this particular trade because I was replaying it. So I want to get to right before 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, the news comes out, 15 seconds. And you really can't even tell the news comes out. And that was problem number one. Maybe I had my charts too tight. It's possible. Because, you have a decent move there. And I was even thinking to myself, oh, your chart's got to be too tight. There's just no move going on here that looks like a reversal. So in real life, I did not take a trade here. Okay. I just didn't. I want to be honest. I'm not going to make up a story and say that, hey, I made a ton of money. I did not have a trade last month. I didn't catch that reversal. And it worked. It was quick. It was easy. It was painless. Okay. The month prior was January. Hold on a second. 127. 1216. Sorry. 1216. Let me fix something. All right. And I don't think I caught a trade in December either. So 2 o'clock, very early volatility also. Nice big move. So I mean, let me explain why that would not be so easy to take though. If you took it early, it could stop you out. Let me show you why. So let's say you took it right there. The candle exploded. You're at 653. It goes to more than 656. So if you don't have a pretty darn big stop, at least 20, 25 ticks, you would get stopped as it double moves up. And you have a high of the day there. So the reason I failed on that trade is I felt it did not get quite close enough to that high of the day. And that's why I missed the trade. And that's what I was explaining there. And it's easy to miss a reversal. But that was a pretty good setup. I just missed it. And I'm not embarrassed to say, hey, I just missed it. Reversals are hard. They're tough to catch. And there's a lot of different types of them. There's reversals that explode one candle and one candle only. There's slow moving reversals that reach a level. Now, see, today we don't have great levels. Let's say it's 13,000. It's not going to go. I mean, the way the markets are moving today, is it going to go 173 points to the high of the day in the PP? I mean, they're kind of off the chart. This is a difficult reversal day. I'm telling you that right now, because it's 60 points away from the low. Okay, and it's possible you could get there. Let's put our indicator on points. Net change display is on ticks. I want to see it on points with the NQ. NQ's down a lot. 138 points. Look at the volatility. I mean, we looked at it, and 1 second later, it was down 10 more, almost 10 points. So you understand the volatility risk in this trade. It's a big volatility risk. You really have to time it well. You have to really time it well. And I don't have a good level on the upside. If the market decides to go up, I don't have a good level on the upside. If it goes down and it gets very close to the low of the day, which is a pretty darn gigantic move, you could take a shot there somewhere in this area. You could take a shot somewhere around here. Okay. Somewhere around here for a long. The scary thing about that is, man, if the market goes that far down, that's really, really negative. And why wouldn't it just not continue to burst through? And that's, of course, your risk with reversals. Nothing is easy. Yes, tech is down big today. Yes, I did, Chantal. I absolutely read your email. Yep. And I agree with you 100%. I agree with what you said. Yep. But you had no other alternatives. I mean, it's partly my fault. I wanted ZB and gold, and we'll do that next month. I mean, we know that ZB and gold is moving on these reports too. I want to watch ZB on this report. And GC, yep. ZB, if you look at ZB, it'll tell us what ZN's doing. If ZB is moving, we know ZN's moving. I think we can safely assume that. Let me show you one of the reversals I made. Oh, I did not see it. My mistake. My mistake. But I can't trade that today anyway, Chantal, so it's okay. I'll look at it. That would be for next month. I believe 9/16. Yeah, my video starts late because it was educational. And I waited a long time for the price to get up to the PP, which is a strong pivot. And then I took a shot at the reversal because I was thinking that the NQ is getting tired. The odds were good that it would probably not burst through the PP, and it didn't. It did a nice little reversal right at the PP, and we made like $150. But that was also a gentle, slow move towards the PP. We're not going to get any gentle, slow moves today. I mean, I think we're going to get exploding type moves. Not recommended, I don't think, for the breakout. Because of inconsistency. Whoops, I meant to do this in front of you. I just did the time.is. Okay, let me do it in front of you. So we want to make sure our computer's in sync. We go to the website time.is. And it puts me in sync. So just explaining why some trades, we talk about this in the room all the time. Some trades, you're going to laugh. I lost money on oil today. But I never go into that oil trade worried about it. Never. Not lately because it's been trading so well. Same thing with natural gas. I go into natural gas, ready to trade, no worries. This trade is a difficult trade. I worry about it. This trade is difficult. And it's very different every time. So trades that are different all the time are much harder to trade. So you go into them with less confidence as a trader because they're more difficult. So all you can do with anything is you just, I'm laughing. You do your best, of course, but you try to trade what's in front of you, and you try to do it in a way that offers you the best risk for what trade you're taking. So in this case, we're going to take a reversal. So that's our plan. Okay. So we set up a reversal trade. Easy to set up. You don't need a bracket. You don't need anything really because it's a manual entry. We're just going to enter with a button that our software creates. So all I need are positions. How many contracts am I willing to try? So if I'm going to have a good reversal, NQ, it's $5 a tick, might as well trade 2 contracts. Try to grab 10 ticks on your first target and 30 on your second, because it's going to move big time, I think. But you don't want to risk $500 on the trade. Do you? Or do you? Depending on the size of your account. Our account, honestly, isn't really big enough that I want to risk $500 on most trades. Our account's not big enough. If I had a $50,000 account, I would always be willing to risk $500 on a trade. But our account's not giant. It hovers between, like $12,000 and $15,000 generally. So normally a stop of 20 is acceptable on the NQ. Very honestly, folks, the way the NQ has been trading these past couple of weeks, a 20 tick stop is like a sneeze. It's tiny. And that's another reason that if you're going to trade this, you have to understand it's got a lot of risk to it because of the behavior of the market. So you have to make sure that you're paying attention not only to your reports, but the behavior of the market. Okay. And this market is moving very big. Okay. It's moving very big. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying, Chantal. But it's kind of my job to do what I'm told to do, right? So I'm being told a reversal trade is recommended. So that's what I'm going to try. So it depends on the move. The quality of the move will determine whether or not I'll be able to get into a trade or not. I'll risk a couple of $100, 20 ticks on each contract. So I've got one position. I'm looking for 10 ticks and 30 ticks. I've got to stop at 20, but I have to have a certain type of move for me to even be interested. Okay. And you all know me well enough. I mean, yes, I get aggravated. Yes, I get angry. Yes, I get upset. I usually keep it to myself or I talk about it very calmly. But the one thing I don't do is go cry into a corner. Sanji, between you and I just can't stand those micros. I mean, they're great for testing, but I just don't enjoy trading them. I just don't enjoy trading them. My feeling is, you know what? If you're going to trade, the NASDAQ's got a small enough tick already. Why spend all this time to make $1 a tick? It's too much energy expended to make too little. That's why I personally don't like the micros. That could be a stupid attitude too. I'm not saying it's the right attitude. They're great for testing. They're great for trying new strategies because they are real money, and trading real money, even when it's small, makes you feel nervous, like you're in a real trade. That's why they're great. That's what I love about the micros. They really make you have the same feelings as if the tick count is even higher. So let's go over possibilities of what might create a trade. Yes, Kershid, because of that, it's easier to trade them. It's, you don't worry as much about losing, but that's the way the broker sneaks you in. So you get loss after loss after loss, and you think to yourself, oh, it's only $20. Oh, it's only $18. Oh, it's only $12. And then by the time you look up, you traded micros and your account's out of money. You know what I mean? It's kind of sneaky. It's a sneaky way that the brokers can grab more money from you and make you not even realize that you're losing it if you're losing it. But they are a great way to test, to do some serious testing. Yeah, I agree, Brian. I don't argue. You can make money on the micros. I don't argue it. Yes, you can scale. I agree. I'm not arguing any of the things that you all are saying. I'm not. KT, I totally get it. And, I just had an idea as I was sitting here. We should convert every single one of our reports and have a micro version of our company, right? If we had enough people to do all the things that we need to do, we could do a million awesome things. So we're going to watch and see if there's a move. And if there's a tradable move, I'll trade it. I'll try to trade it. If I feel like I don't have a trade, I won't trade it. And you all know me. I don't cry for very long. Maybe you'll hear me moan and groan for a day. That's about it. I'll moan and groan. I mean, I'm moaning and groaning about only one trade this week, and that's yesterday's oil. That really bugs me. You can't believe how much that bugs me. I can't believe how much it bugs me. KT, why am I funny? You're making me think about Goodfellas. You think I'm funny? Why am I funny? You think I'm funny? That's such a great scene. You're funny. That's probably one of Joe Pesci's greatest scenes that he ever played. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at some news that's coming across the wires. I never heard of that movie, Brian. Black Mass. Not familiar with them. I watch a lot of movies. Too many. That's because I stay up all night. So my gut feeling is I think the market's going to like what Powell says. So I think the NQ is going to go up, but it doesn't mean that it will. And the levels, I don't have great levels. 82, because there's 3 points, That's 2 points from where we are. So look at that volatility, though. I mean, that was like 3 points, 87 to 90. 12 ticks. I mean, you have to be careful. In these markets, you just have to be careful. Oh, Whitey Bulger. Yeah. I might have. Yes. The Boston Gangster. Yeah, for sure. But I don't think I saw the movie. So I think there's going to be a giant move. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do anything with it. And it's okay. I'm not going to cry about it. That's the truth. Oh, you never heard of him, Brian? He was a vicious dude. He was a vicious dude. Oh, and don't forget, we have an 8:15 trade room for Australia jobs. And the last two reports, well, we'll have to look at the video tonight if I'm still alive at 8 o'clock. So we'll see if there's, look at bonds. Wow, they're exploding. So it's popping up. Now, I don't know how you can possibly, I just don't know how you can trade this. I mean, I don't know how you can trade that. By not doing that. See the risk? It looked like it was done. It looked like it was done, and now it's just going to shoot up. Now it's just going to shoot up. I should do what I know is the right thing to do and not trade when I say I know. I don't know how you can trade this. I'm very aggravated. Very aggravated, to say the least. I took my trade off. I don't want to do something stupid now. We can watch. We can watch. So there's a candle. There's a candle that looks reversible, right? I would have considered taking that, and that would have stopped me out as well. That would have stopped me out as well. So it went up. What was it? 100 points, right? How can you possibly? I mean, look, I tried to catch a move and didn't catch it. Didn't catch it. I don't think reversals are working anymore on this. I mean, look, now, of course, it's going down there, but I agree with Chantal. If we're going to do anything on this report, we should try breakouts again. That's what I would do. Now, you can watch this for half an hour and you could find shorts and longs, shorts and longs, shorts and longs. But I should have just left it alone. That's the truth. Should have just left it alone. Folks, I'll see everybody back here at 8:15. 8:15 for a very short trade room. Very short trade room. Very nice, Mark. It looks like it wants to keep going up. Bonds definitely have a good move. Bonds definitely have a good move. Worth testing. Yes. Had a nice similar move to the NQ. It's funny, gold had a similar move. And gold had a level that it hit And you might have survived if you shorted at the high of the day. 36.70, you would have used at least a 20 tick stop, and you might have had a very good gold trade on the reversal. And look at the ES. Went right to the PP, as Chantal was saying. You had good levels. You had better levels. So expensive way to learn that the NQ should be a breakout trade. And really, you should hunt. I should hunt levels much more intelligently than just trading the way I traded it. Chris, because if you read the text, that's what is recommended. That's what was recommended. And that's what's got to be removed. That's what's got to be removed. All right, folks. I'll see everybody at 8:15. 8:15. I'll see you all later.